What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Hold on a second. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Testing, testing, testing. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. On this video, we're going to go over Sean Diddy Combs on eve of sentencing, what to expect on his sentencing date. We know that his sentencing date is Friday, and I hope to be in the building Friday. I am back at it again. I'm back at it. So that means that more than likely I'm going to be there for the sentencing, but I plan to park close to the building. That means I got to get there early. So cuz I am not walking a long distance, not like this. But I'm going to have, I'm going to be across the street just in case if I can't get in. I don't know if they're going to have overflow. Hopefully they're going to have the overflow rooms. If they don't have overflow rooms, I'm not waiting on that line to get in. And so that's just what it is. I'm not doing that. But so we're gonna go over today what to expect on sentencing date. There's a lot going on with him, and so there's not gonna be any surprises for us, at least, because we don't did all our research and we don't follow these cases before. Okay, so there's not gonna be really nothing for us as far as what do you call it? Surprises. No surprises for us on this end. I have followed many, many trials in the past. So this is just a matter of routine. The only difference is with this is the first federal trial that I have followed in a long time. And also, this is the first um, trial that I actually went there in person. That's the only difference. And also, this is it's just high profile. It's involving a high profile celebrity figure. So, but as far as like the routine of the legal process, this is nothing. This is routine. I'm not going to be surprised by anything. If he gets some significant time, I'm not going to be surprised. Anything. If he gets released, I'm not going to be surprised. If there's a lot of long faces at the end of this process, I'm not going to be surprised. So people got to be prepared because we're going to get into why I think he might get some time here. This is not that I want him to get time. I don't really have a opinion on that, on whether I should think he should get time or not. I don't have no opinion on that. But just based on what I have observed from going to trial and listening to what the judge say and things like that, I think he's in for some type of situation here. You say you thought the sentencing was on the 5th? No, the sentencing is on Friday, October 3rd. This Friday. It's this Friday. So, but yeah, so we're going to get into it in a second on what to expect, different things like that. Because there's a lot to expect here. But we're not, like I said again, we're not going to be surprised. So let's get on into it. What we already know in likely scenarios, the timing and procedure. The sentencing date is set for October 3rd, unless something changes. Before that, the court addressed motions from the defense, for instance, challenges to parts of the verdict or certain counts. The defense and prosecution will submit their sentencing memoranda, arguments for what the sentence should be imposed beforehand. Let me stop right there for a second. Diddy just recently had a court date. I honestly believe the judge is going to make his decision on the day of sentencing on whether he get another trial or not, which he's probably going to deny it. Okay. So we're not going to be surprised here. And also, some people have already reported on what the judge had already that the judge made a decision. That's false. He has not made a decision on this case as far as if he's going to get another trial or not, or have this thrown out. More than likely, that will either be right before sentencing or on the day of sentencing. Positions from each side. The defense. Combs' lawyers are arguing for a sentence for no more than 14 months, citing time already spent in custody. His efforts towards rehabilitation, like counseling, sobriety, and his lack of serious prior criminal record. Now, if they get there, if the judge grants him that 14 months, he will be out Friday. Because he's already have like what, credit 13 months, and the rest of that will be on supervised release. So if they get their wish, he's out Friday. If they get their wish, he's on the eve of coming home. As of right now, today is Monday. He has to be thinking Friday, I'm coming home to my family. However, as we continue to get into this, we're not going to be surprised here. But they also contend that much of the harm often alleged under the Mann Act has been overemphasized, that some conduct was consensual, and that more serious charges, trafficking, racketeering, were properly rejected by the jury, which should inform sentencing. Yeah, they're saying that he was acquitted of the more serious charges, so that should be taken into consideration. However, remember what the judge said. Hey, peace to you, peace, peace. Remember what the judge said, though. The judge said that he is still a danger to society. Therefore, there's an automatic remand in this case. He kept saying, even, every time that he requested for bail, he mentioned that he's a threat to society. And he even said that after the jury rendered their verdict. He said the same thing. So what do you think he's going to do here? You think he's going to sentence him to time served? That's my question to you. Prosecution. Prosecutors are expected to argue for a substantial prison term, much higher than 14 months. Under federal sentencing guidelines, they see a range of about 51 to 63 months, roughly 4.5 to 5.1/4 years as appropriate. However, those guidelines ranges are advisory. The judge is not bound to impose them strictly or may deviate based on various sentencing factors. So look, they're asking roughly about 4.5 to 5 years, 51 to 63 months. The judge can deviate from that and go higher or lower. So what the judge must weigh, Judge Arun Subramanian will consider a number of factors, including time already served. Combs has been in custody since his arrest in September 2024, so that time will be credited towards any sentence. The nature and seriousness of the offense. Even though the jury acquitted him, check this out now, even though the jury acquitted him of the more severe trafficking and racketeering charges, the remaining convictions under the Mann Act are still serious. History and character of the defendant. The judge must weigh this as well. The personal history, prior conduct. See, we're going to stop right there. Prior conduct. All right, let's just read this and I'm going to come back to that. So history and character of the defendant. His personal history, prior conduct, rehabilitation efforts, and expressions of remorse or acceptance may influence the judge's decision. The defense is emphasizing his rehabilitation efforts. Okay. So they're emphasizing his rehabilitation efforts. Let's go back. The judge is going to weigh his personal history and prior conduct. Y'all hear that? His personal history and prior conduct. Even though he didn't get convicted of the most serious charges, they're going to he's going to weigh his prior conduct. His prior conduct included that hotel video, correct? That's prior conduct. Um, he's going to weigh in the prior domestic violence. That's prior conduct. So you see where this is going? He's in trouble here. He's facing some time. He definitely is. He's facing some time here. I would not be surprised if the judge and his well, we're going to get into what the judge is going to do in a second. Like on the day of sentencing, we're going to go over that on what to expect because the judge is going to give his remarks before he imposed his sentence. And usually when they give their remarks, it's not good because they give their remarks on what they have witnessed throughout the case. Sentencing guidelines versus departures. This is also what the judge has to factor in. The guidelines are a starting point, but the judge may impose a sentence outside that range, either lower or higher, like I said before, based on factors above or mitigating or aggravating circumstances. So, right there, both sides are going to argue mitigating and aggravating circumstances. The defense is going to argue mitigating circumstances on why the judge should sentence their client on the low end. There's going to be aggravating circumstances on the other side on why he should be sentenced to 4.5 to whatever, how many months they're requesting here from the judge. Also, victim impact and aggravating factors, testimony from accusers, and a degree of coercion and exploitation involved could lead the judge to lean forward to a harsher sentence. Y'all hear this? Guys, those victim impact statements. Now, as far as the victim impact statements, we are expecting to hear a victim impact This is going to last a little bit here, guys. This is not going to be a quick situation on Friday because you got victim impact statements. What if Cassie is in the building to read her victim impact statement? Or she could have her lawyer read her victim impact statement on her behalf. I mean, her husband could have an impact statement, even though he wasn't involved in the case, but he was affected by the case. You see where this is going? Her mother could have a victim impact statement. Okay, this is not just limited to the people involved in this. It could people indirectly involved in this case that could have been affected as well, guys. They could be um, issuing statements, and the judge is sitting there listening to it. Okay, the judge is sitting there listening to it. Now, Nia said Diddy's defense put forth some good arguments as to why he should come home. I think he has a good chance for time served. Nia, after we get finished today, you're gonna be shaking your head. You're gonna be shaking your head on this one. Now, it's not that I'm against Diddy or anything. I'm a realist. I've been watching these trials for a very long time, Nia, to know that I don't think he's getting time served. In fact, I'll bet anybody he's not getting time served. He's not getting time served here. Remember, victim impact statements. You said he admitted he was on drugs, did some rehabilitation, and had prisoners state how he has been a positive influence in their lives. Right, but we haven't heard the victim impact statements yet. I know how this goes. There's going to be a lot of upset people on Friday. There's going to be a lot of upset people on Friday after this verdict. I mean, after this sentence, including himself. He wants to come home. Of course, if he gets sentenced to time served, okay, I'm cool with that. But also, I have to be a realist here. You said I'm just giving the other side. No, I need you to give the other side, Nia. That's good. So we can have discourse. So I'm glad you are giving the other side. I appreciate you for being here, giving me the other side. But we have, we're going back and forth with it. So you're giving me some scenarios here. Good morning, O'Sheila. How you doing? What's up, Max? So um, so yeah, let's continue here real quick. So again, victim impact and aggravating factors, testimony from accusers, and a degree of coercion and exploitation involved could lead the judge to lean forward to a harsher sentence. Possible range and outcomes. Given what both sides are asking for, here are plausible scenarios. Lenient defense favored, the judge could grant something close to 14 months or slightly more with credit for time served. He's going to get time served regardless. So that's not up to the judge to give him time served. He's going to get that regardless. Credit for time served so that Combs might have to serve much. He may not have to serve much additional incarceration. Now, here's a mid range compromise. The judge could land somewhere between 2 to 3 years, reflecting the seriousness of the offense, but also acknowledging mitigating factors. See here, let me stop right there. So he could say, you know what? I'm gonna give him 2 to 3 years. I am acknowledging the mitigating factors that his lawyers has put forth. I'm acknowledging that. Okay. I'm acknowledging the rehab. I'm acknowledging that he's remorseful. You know what I'm saying? I'm acknowledging that he's a model citizen. I'm acknowledging that he didn't have any priors. Okay, I'm taking that into consideration by giving him 2 to 3 years, but also I have to acknowledge the victim, the seriousness of this. So he could fall in a range of 2 to 3 years. Now, if he fall in a range of 2 to 3 years, he's already have a year of time served. So he's looking at another year, which he could do most of that in MDC. And he should be out in 6 to 7 months in that situation. Sorry, guys, it's a little loud here. I got the window open and sanitation is outside. All right. So where are we at? Okay, mid range. Okay, more severe prosecution favored. The judge could impose a sentence aligned more with the prosecution's 51 to 63 months recommendation, especially if the judge views the offense as warranting substantial punishment or if aggravating factors dominate. Which path he chooses will depend heavily on how persuasive the written and oral arguments are, how the judge views the credibility of the mitigating factors, and whether any legal motions succeed, arguments to overturn or modify certain charges. It's gonna also weigh heavily on. Thank you. Yeah, this New York City. I took this picture myself, by the way. Yeah, I took this picture here myself. I had to take it. I was actually parked, and I was like, "Man, I got to get this photo here real quick." So, yeah, I took that and edited myself. There's another photo um, that I took in Jersey City that has like nice views as well. I do that every now and then if I'm somewhere and I get a good view. But now, so the judge, it depends on what he's thinking. If he feels like this is a serious case, he's going to sentence him accordingly. He already said he's a danger to society. He's already said it. So what makes him so all of a sudden Friday he's not going to be no more danger to society? Guys, he's getting some time. He's already said it. You're a danger to society. Every time he requested for bail, every time he was denied bail, every single time, you're a danger to society. You're a danger to society. So what makes him think he's not that danger to society anymore? Hold on one second. Yeah. So what makes you think he's not going to be a danger to society anymore? After he said that he's a danger to society. Okay, so Friday, you ain't no more danger to society. I'm gonna let you go. No, guys. I don't even have to be there. I don't even have to be there for this one to know how it's gonna go. I don't have to be there for this. You said he's clean and sober, allegedly. Of course, because he's been in the inside. So he's all the impurities, all that stuff is gone, left his system. And I believe that he's a changed man. I do. I believe that. And also, here's what else I believe. Some people say his career is over. No, it's not. His career is not over. People like a comeback story in this country. This is a comeback story. Okay. And what did his lawyer say? That Diddy wants to get back on stage in Madison Square Garden. Okay. He want to get out there. I could see him out there. This is all about the Benjamins. What? You know what I'm saying? Got his sons out there. You know what I mean? Putting on a show. It's a comeback story. It's a comeback story. Everybody likes a comeback story. So that's what this is. Yes, he has a career after this. Yes, of course he does. If he wants one, maybe he might chill for a minute to get himself together. There's a lot of women out there saying that he should embrace his silver fox status. He should keep the gray hair. He should embrace that. Because since he been locked up, look, I'm a silver fox. I need to get some Just for Men though. I'm like Puff. I need to get some Just for Men. I'm gonna have some Just for Men before I hit the court Friday. I'm tired of this gray. I'm tired of this gray. I'm tired. I'm tired of this gray, yo. I gotta get some Just for Men, yo. I'm like Ghostface Killer, yo. I gotta get some. I gotta get some Just for Men. I just saw an interview with Ghostface. I'm like, look, he got all his Just for Men on. It ain't no way he not gray. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have Just for Men, yo. I haven't embraced my silver fox status yet. I haven't embraced it, man. You said I'm still confused, Quan. You still confused? Hey, well, hopefully Friday you be up. We will figure it out Friday because Friday is going down. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be out there early because I'm not trying to figure out this parking situation. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna park right across the street. You know what I'm saying? So I got the luxury to chill right there. But when they open the doors, I want to go right in and get me a seat when they open the doors. Okay. So go in, get me a seat and just relax. And it's going to be a whole process, guys. It's going to be a whole process. Victim impact statements. People going to raise their eyebrows at that. No telling who's going to give a victim impact statement. You said Diddy getting a 10 to 20 piece McNuggets. You think so? Amethyst? Amethyst. Pisces. I don't know about that. I don't know about a 20 piece. Guys, I promise you this. If he get a 20 piece, look for the news reports of a guy in there showing out. That'll be me. I might have to show out for him. Lord have mercy. A 20 piece? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Guys, you might hear a guy escorted out. Showing out. Just showing his ass. That might be me. No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. Guys, not a 20 piece McNuggets. Now, I'm listen. If he get a 20 piece McNuggets, it's not that ain't gonna be good. It's not gonna be a 20 piece. If he get a 20 piece McNuggets, that means this judge was not playing with him. Ever wasn't playing with him. You said that guy, Cassie's friend, filed a civil suit against Diddy, so he'll be there giving a statement. More than likely. You said don't show out too hard. Listen, Amethyst, 20 piece? Woo. Woo. I might this. They be like, woo. But I won't be in his room. I'll be in the overflow room. Woo, Jesus. I'd be like this. Woo, Jesus. Woo. Woo, they serve. Oh, Lord. That's how it'll be. Lord have mercy. Ooh, not a 20 piece, Lord. No, not a 20 piece. Oh, they got them. Guys, you just wait for my live chat when I'm outside the courtroom, outside the court building. Guys, Lord, I'm gonna have my sweat rag. Lord, like Max, it ain't even hot outside. I got my sweat rag. Ooh, Lord, guys, we gotta take our prayer rags out. Lord, guys, they gave him a 20 piece. Lord, they gave him a 20 piece. They gave this man a 20 piece. Guys, they gave him a 20 piece. Oh my God, please don't say that. A 20 piece. Oh my God, that's something to show out on right there. Somebody gonna show if he get a 20 piece, if somebody in his family gonna show out in court. Somebody gonna show out. Not a 20 piece. Not a 20 piece. I know he gonna get some time, but not a 20 piece McNuggets. Not that. Okay. Let's everybody just let's gather ourselves. Yeah, bro. Not a 20 piece McNugget. You said he might get lucky and get 4 to 6 piece from Wendy's. Listen, a 4 to 6 piece ain't good. A 4 to 6 piece ain't good, man. But that's better than a 20 piece McNuggets from McDonald's. Let me tell you, the last time I ate at McDonald's, I got bad or sick. I can't eat at McDonald's no more. I don't even think the food is it. I don't even know if it's food, man. You said I think the most he'll get is a year after time served is taken off. That's about right, Neil. That's about right. Which means that so after time is taken off and he still has a year, that means he's looking about 6 or 7 months left. He could do the rest of that in the MDC. They don't even have to move him. He'll be out. He'll be out before next summer. You said McDonald's has been bad for over 15 years now. This is terrible. Yeah, the only thing you could get there is the coffee. Yeah, coffee. And maybe if you feeling yourself, the hash browns. You could get coffee and hash browns there and still be safe. You said he definitely getting around a 30 piece from KFC. No, he can't get a 30 piece. You know why? Because each count, the maximum is 10 years apiece. Now, the judge could sentence him consecutive terms, which means he have to serve one term and then serve the next term or serve it concurrently. He serve it all at the same time. What if he give him consecutive terms though? Let me see what they say here. Hold on, let's see. Is it possible that he can get sentenced to consecutive terms? If he gets sentenced to consecutive terms, why would the judge sentence him to consecutive as opposed to concurrent? All right, let's see. Okay. All right, so check this out. All right, so check this out. I had read this before. Consecutive versus concurrent sentences. Concurrent sentences, multiple counts are served at the same time. Example, if he got 3 years on count A and 5 years on count B, concurrent means he only serves 5 total. Consecutive means multiple counts are served one after the other. Example, 3 years on count A plus 5 years on count B equals a total of 8 years. In federal court, the default presumption is concurrent sentences unless the judge specifies otherwise. But the judge has discretion under 18 USC 3584 to impose consecutive terms. Why a judge might impose consecutive terms? Distinct and separate harms. If each count represents a different victim, y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? If each count represents a different victim, okay, let's stop right there. If each counts represents a different victim, how many they say it's supposed to be in this case? Cassie and what's her name, right? Okay, if each counts represents a different victim or separate criminal act, the court may feel justice requires stacking the penalties instead of merging them. Example, if one man act violation involved one person and another count involved a separate individual, the judge may emphasize each victim deserves a standalone punishment. Stop right there. He's getting consecutive, guys. Because the judge might say each person involves, they need their own separate justice. You do you hear what I'm saying, Amethyst and Neil? He can impose consecutive terms if he feels like each victim deserves their own justice instead of stacking it together. So he could get consecutive terms here. So let's say if he gets let's say if he get 5 years. Let's say if he get 5 years on count 1 and 5 years on count 2 and it's consecutive, guys, that's 10 years. So he already got time served, so he's looking at 9 years. So he's looking at least 7 or 8 years before he gets out. So he'll be out in his 60s, in his mid 60s. Now, Happy came in and said Diddy has brutally beat women. The judge understands that. Guys, I'm telling you right now, so we're not going to be surprised on this. Oh, thank you for becoming a new member, Prince of Persia. Thank you for coming a new member. Let me see if I can start at. Thank you for coming a new member. So y'all see what I'm saying here? So let's finish real quick. Let's finish this real quick. So remember, guys, remember this, guys. He doesn't want to be sentenced consecutively. Okay. He wants to be sentenced. He wants to be sentenced concurrently because he could serve it all at the same time. But guess what? This involves two separate victims. And the judge has already said that he's a danger to society. So let's look at this. Let me read this again. Distinctive and separate harms. Each count represents a different victim or separate criminal act. The court may feel justice requires stacking the penalties instead of merging them. Example, if one Mann Act violation involved one person and another count involved a separate individual, the judge may emphasize that each victim deserves a standalone punishment. Severity and deterrence. If the judge wants to send a stronger deterrent message, either to Combs or especially on a broader public, consecutive terms extend incarceration beyond what guidelines alone would impose. Guidelines and statutory requirements. Some statutes require mandatory consecutive terms, whether it's firearms under 8924. This don't involve, but the Mann Act does not. Still, the sentencing guidelines allow upward variance when concurrent time wouldn't adequately reflect the seriousness of multiple offenses. History and aggravating factors. If the judge feels the conduct shows a pattern rather than one episode of criminality, stacking counts may be seen as more appropriate. Why a judge might impose concurrent terms instead. Single course of conduct. If the acts are tied closely together, judge often treats them as a scheme, the sentence concurrently. Efficient and fairness. Federal judges are cautious about piling on sentences if the guideline range already reflects seriousness. time already served. So, since Combs has been in custody since 2024, concurrent sentencing could bring him closer to immediate release, depending on the final number. Bottom line, yes, it is possible for Diddy to get consecutive terms, but it is less common unless the judge feels the offense were clearly distinct or that concurrent time could downplay the harm. You hear it? Could downplay the harm. In practice, if someone convicted under multiple Mann Act counts, a judge could most likely lean concurrent unless there's evidence of separate victims, events where the court wants to stress individual accountability. So if he wants to express individual accountability, he's looking at consecutive terms here. He don't want to get sentenced to consecutive terms, but guys, I have seen, hey Fiona, I have seen people get slayed in court. Okay. These judges don't play when it comes to this domestic violence stuff. Even though he didn't get convicted of domestic violence, but we just read that his prior acts might be taken into consideration. His prior conduct. Yeah, there are separate events and victims, and the judge might want each victim to get their justice. Now, what happens if he say, I'm giving him 10 years apiece and 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 consecutive? That's guys, that's 20 years. That means he'll get 1 year off 19, he'll get 19 years, and he'll be eligible for parole in about 17 years if the judge really wanted to. But he's not going to do that. That's really throwing a book. That's really throwing the book at him. Okay, he will go down as the this judge ain't playing. You hear me? More than he's not playing. You said I think he's not going to get a lot of time. Empress. What is not a lot of time? 2 years more is a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? 2 years more is a lot of time for him. I'm telling you, I'm thinking he looking at 5 years apiece consecutive. Because the judge, every time he go for bail, the judge say that he's a danger to society. So Friday, he's still gonna think he's a danger to society. You say I have no facts, just opinions. Me neither. I ain't got none either. Just my opinions on it. I feel you on that, but did the judge seem biased against him during the trial? I can't say that. I can't. I think he was fair. Even Diddy said he was fair. But check this out. Check this out. Every time he went for sentencing, I mean, what do you call it? Bail. The judge kept citing that he's a danger to society. He kept saying it. And then also when the jury rendered their verdict, I was there. When the jury rendered their verdict, guys, I'm gonna go back to that day. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you the backstory right now on what happened that day. So when the jury rendered their verdict, there was also a hearing set up on whether he was gonna get out on bail. You know, since he didn't get convicted on the serious charges. Remember, Diddy was praying in court. Like after the verdict came out, he dropped to his knees and stuff like that. He was happy. But then I was like, wait a minute. He's not out of the woods yet. This is it right here. You see it? This is what happened. When hey LaShane, when they said not guilty on some of the charges, but he found guilty on the Mann Act, he got down and started praying. But I was like, wait a minute, each Mann Act charge carries a maximum 10 years and he could do it consecutive. So he's not out of the woods. So what happened was the judge said we'll be back at 2 o'clock and I'll render my decision, right? So 2 o'clock came. This is the day of the oil incident when they had the people out there spreading oil on each other. So we went back in the courtroom. I know Celebrity was there with me. And then they said, no, the judge gonna render his decision around 5 p.m. Okay. So damn, we was like, okay, we don't want to go back outside because we don't want to lose our spot. So we went in the break room. And I remember in the break room, I saw Mark Garagos. Mark Garagos was in the break room. The guy from TMZ, he was in the break room. In fact, the guy from TMZ came up to me and said, how come I'm not doing voiceover? He said, I sound like Barry White. No, what he said was, he said, Barry White passed away. So what's up with you? I was like, I thought he was, I like, man, you joking. He said, no, I'm serious, man. You like Barry White over here. Because he asked me a question. He was like, hey, can I see that document y'all reading? I said, yeah, sure. But he took the document and he looked at me. He's like, wait a minute, what? I said, yeah, you could read it. And he was like, he read it and he was looking at me. He was like, Barry White passed away. So that's what happened. I'm just letting y'all know backstories. So Mark Garagos was in there chilling. And I was feeling a certain type of way when he was in there chilling. You know why? Because I was being petty. Because he's sitting up there with his AirPods listening to music. See, because lawyers, they could bring their phones in the building and they don't have to check their phones in, right? So we have to check our phones in. So I'm like, damn, I can't even sit here and listen to music like him. So now I'm feeling a certain type of way, Lashane. I'm like, damn, he's sitting up there with his legs kicked up, listening to music. Mark Garagos. I'm like, man, damn, Mark, So um so then we decide to go outside. They, on the break room, they have like a little patio where you could just go chill outside. So we did that. So finally we we were getting ready to we went to the bathroom about to make ourselves back to the courtroom. And that's when I ran into Tenny Garagos, Mark Garagos' daughter. That's Diddy's lawyer. I guess she was looking for her father. But somebody said, no, he said he's in here. He's over here. She was looking for him. She had documents in her hand. I guess she looking for her old man. And he's sitting up in there, Lashane, listening to music, chilling, right? But she found him. So, okay, so we went to the we went, yeah, he's sitting in there chilling. I was feeling a type of way about that. I said, damn, he's sitting up here, he's enjoying his music, his YouTube videos, and we sitting here with no phone, nobody. Okay, so we went to the courtroom. When we went to the courtroom, we went to the overflow room. The video was on, but it showed the entire courtroom and it showed Diddy up close. Well, when Diddy came back in, you could tell he was a little nervous but upbeat. And so we're waiting for the judge to come in. Guys, as soon as the judge walked in, he started talking. He didn't even wait to sit down. As soon as he came in, he was talking. As soon as he opened the door, all right, guys. So with this situation, denied. Before he even finished his sentence and sat down, he said denied. He's not going nowhere. And then the whole courtroom, like, oh, everybody sighed. Like, no, he's not going nowhere. This is an automatic remand because of the seriousness of the nature of his acts. Okay, he's a danger to society. Here you go with that danger to society again, right? And prior to that, Cassie's lawyer, while we were waiting, that's what the guy from TMZ wanted to read. He wanted to read what Cassie's lawyer sent to the judge, saying that because of the seriousness of this case and the domestic part of it, it's an automatic remand. So that's what the judge said. Before he even sat down, he denied him. Okay. He didn't even want to hear no mitigating circumstances. He denied. Okay. Denied. So then Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, was like, well, we prepared something. He said, he said, I think I see a glimmer of hope in your eyes. I think I see a glimmer of hope in your eyes or whatever. Hold on a second. Let me see something. Okay. So, yeah, he denied him. And, Diddy, they still argued, their case, but the judge still denied it. So, and then Diddy raised his hand, guys. He was raising his hand, waving his hand to the judge. He said, I see that your client want to say something. And they rushed over to him and huddled over him so he wouldn't speak to the judge. So that's what happened. Yeah, I know not to him, Nia. That it did go by fast, but not to him. It didn't. So that's what happened there. As soon as he came in, he said denied. Okay. As soon as he came in, he didn't even wait. He denied. And you know what people were saying to me while we were waiting? This is when I was outside. I said he not getting out today. You know what somebody said? Oh no, he is getting out today. I already talked to somebody. He getting out today. It ain't no big deal. He getting out. They're just trying to iron stuff out. I said, y'all don't know how this goes. No, he's not getting out today. And they looked at me like I was crazy. These are NPCs. There's a lot of NPCs walking around. I said he's not getting out. And then all of a sudden, everybody like seemed surprised in court. I say, I knew he wasn't getting out. What are y'all tripping? Okay. So, and I saw it. Look, it was crazy. I saw the jury when they were leaving, when the van was taking them out through the back of the building or through the side of the building. I don't know if it's the back or the side of the building, but I saw that. People were waving off the jury and stuff like that. But people were celebrating, guys. They were celebrating. You know, he beat the feds. He beat the feds. They were celebrating. He did not beat the feds. He got convicted on 2 counts. So it was a partial victory, somewhat of a victory. But he's not out of the woods yet. He's not out of the woods, man. And I know for a fact he's not. I know for a fact. It's crazy. It's craziness. So that's what I witnessed. And yeah, I must say, like, I went to the trial and I met some people there. It was an overall good experience for me. I met some people there, fellow vloggers, stuff like that. And like I said, overall, I really glad I attended. I'm glad I attended. I really did. Um, but in this situation, the family suffers. They want their dad to come home Friday. They're hoping that their dad comes home Friday. But I know the system. I know the system, man. And I've been here before. I've been down this road, with other cases. But anything can happen. The judge could say it's time served. He could. He could very well say that. He could very well say time served and he get out of there. Hey, Medea. I'm early with it today. I have to do it while I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling a little better. And I have to get on it when I can. I have to get on it when I can. But I just was telling people that don't be surprised if he gets some time. Because the judge said that he's a danger to society. Danger. So the judge is going to listen to them victim impact statements, guys. And I don't even want to. I don't even want. I don't even want to know, man. You're gonna. It's gonna be crazy. And don't let them show up. Don't let Cassie show up. Don't let her show up, man. And don't let her show up and start crying. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Don't let her do. Don't let her show up and start crying now. Oh, you still thinking 7? I know you had a dream. Medea had a dream about the number 7. Oh my God, Medea. Woo. Now you know what that mean, Medea? That could mean 7 years of peace. That could mean 7 years of peace consecutive. Guys, that's 14 years. Ooh, Lord, Medea. And you already said where your daughter is, they're already preparing a spot for him, right? Good morning, Chantel. Because you know her daughter worked where R. Kelly is at, guys. Medea daughter, where R. Kelly is being housed at. She see R. Kelly every day. Yeah, I was early yesterday too, Chantel. I have to do it when I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better now. I went outside, walking around. I moved my car. Okay, I had to get all the leaves off my car. I'm feeling better. Man, it was scary at one point, guys. I was on my back. I was in some type of pain where you start rethinking life. But now what I'm about to do is I'm about to knock this gray out and get me some just for men. Okay. So I won't be looking like a senior citizen. So I'm gonna knock this gray out, Chantel. You feel me? I've already gave myself a haircut. You see what I'm saying? Look, you know I'm feeling better. You know a brother gave himself a haircut. So now I just gotta go ahead and knock this gray out. And I'll be ready for Friday. You see what I'm saying? Knock the gray out and I'll be ready. But what I plan to do is park across the street from the building. Um, I'm doing better. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm doing better now. I'm doing better. I'm back at it. I'm back bumping my gums. And I'm bumping my gums early. You said, oh, was it your back? It was my back, and I had allergic reaction. My back was triggered because my knees locked up because I had allergic reaction. Now, some people when they eat fish or fish would have fish grease, their their airways get restricted. I don't have that. I have the other one where my limbs mess up. And then what happened was it messed my back up the way I was walking. So then I had, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. You said leave your gray alone. No, I gotta knock it out this time. I'm sorry, I gotta knock it out. I gotta knock it out. I was watching Ghostface Killer interview last night. He ain't have no gray hair in his beard. Not none. I'm like, this dude older than me. He ain't got no gray hair in his beard. He just for men. Oh yes, I gotta knock it out, Shanzi. I gotta knock it out. I gotta knock the gray out. I'm sorry, I gotta knock it out. I gotta knock it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna be ready. Okay. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go live before I go in the building. Okay. And I'm probably gonna go live at the cross street at the park, with the building so you can see the building across the street. But guys, I'm telling you right now, for all I know, that judge, if Cassie show up and start crying, guys, it's a wrap. If she sit there with her victim impact statement and start crying, it's a wrap. I'm just telling y'all this. Because the judge is gonna be like, the the judge, the judge is gonna he's gonna be like, The judge like, I got you, baby. I got you, baby girl. The judge gonna be sitting there, I got you. He's a danger to society. He's a danger. And what's gonna happen is the judge will give his closing remarks. And during the closing remarks, that's when the judge get at you. Okay, before the sentence is imposed. You said his family probably has the bubbly ready just in case. You don't think the judge is aware of that? Prince, I think you trolling. I've been watching you. I've been watching you. I think you trolling. I think you troll. I don't want to have to send a member to the bushes. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to send a member to the bushes. I think you did that. I don't know. I think you trolling now. I think you troll. I'm watching you. I don't have all this silver on me for no reason. Okay? I'm watching you. I'm watching you now. You're on the clock. You're on the clock. You heard me? You are on the clock. You're on the clock. You don't call me boulder shoulders. You don't said all types of doing the most up in here. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. And they know nothing gets past me. Nothing. Okay? So I'm watching you now. You said Amethyst. Amethyst got a thing for African Americans with gray beards. Wait, let me see. What are y'all talking about? An African American with some gray in his beard is such a turn on, Max. Well, I don't have just some gray in my beard. I got a lot of gray in my beard. Y'all killing me. Y'all are killing me this morning. Prince, Persia, you killing me too. You are killing me. Y'all like, I'm gonna get Max this morning. That's what Prince said. I'm gonna get him this morning. I'm gonna get him. He up early and I got him. Yeah, but I gotta get some just for men, man. I gotta get this gray out of my beard. I'm sorry. I could see if my whole beard was gray. It's just like right in the front. It's all in the sides too. It's actually spreading. Actually, let me see. Yeah, it's almost all gray. But I have to, you'll see Friday. I'm like, damn, Max, what happened? Ain't nothing happened. I was in the sun. My beard turned because I'm in the sun. My beard tanned on y'all. So yeah, the judge with these victim impact statements, guys. If Cassie show up and she start crying, because you know what's gonna happen, before he give his decision, he might say, let's take a hour recess or something. I will come back out and tell y'all guys, she was up in there doing the most. Guys, she up in there crying. Guys, she was up in there crying, guys. She up in there crying. Like, what that mean, Max? Judge about to serve him, man. That's what that that's what that means. And please don't let what's her name come sashaying up in there. Please don't. Please don't let Jane come up in there, y'all. Please don't. Please. Please don't. But Diddy also has the option to speak as well if he wants to. He can address the court as well, so and speak his piece. Now, my question is, will he be remorseful because he's maintaining his innocence? He said he didn't do it, so why is he remorseful if he didn't do it? So he has to walk a fine line, but he can also talk, and the judge has to take that in consideration. You said if he's still paying her rent, she won't be there. That's right. That's a weird situation, isn't it? He's still paying her rent. Her rent. So yeah, so that's what's going on there. Let me see if there's anything on anybody talking about anything, or let's see. I want to go to what the guy from TMZ said, if I could find it. I can't find it right now, but um, yeah, I think we went over everything. But that was wild when she testified and say he's paying her rent still. That was wild. But I think the judge is gonna he's gonna factor in the past deeds, his past conduct. It said it in what I read that the judge is gonna take that in consideration. He's gonna think about that hotel incident. He's gonna think about different things, and yeah. But any way you look at it, he's gonna see the light of day again. It's not that he's gonna get life or anything. Because remember, the serious charges, he was facing a lot of time. He was facing life pretty much. He's not gonna get life, so he will see the light of day again and go from there. But ideally, he wants to get out Friday. He wants time served. He wants to get out. But I think he's gonna have to pay a little bit more from a betting man. So, but that's what we have for right now. Guys, I will be back to talk about this 3-Eye Atlas situation that's going on. What else is going on? There's a lot going on in the news that I have wanted to cover. Oh, David. I'm thinking I'm gonna get into David next. Guys, so give me about an hour or so because I'm gonna talk about David or D4VD. He calls himself D4VD, but David. Um, David, now there was a report that came out that he possibly was paying the girl's parents 10,000 a month to be with her. This is something else, man. This is something else. And he possibly met her when she was 12 on Fortnite. So this case is just all the way messed up. It's all the way messed up, but I'm gonna come back and talk about that. But for right now, guys, I'll be back. Thank you for joining this morning. I'll be back in shortly to talk about David situation. But all right, guys, I will catch you in a minute. Take care.